Today we're doing a 6-star salute to Charles, the waiter. Charles was always a positive, shining attitude. Charles was the man. I worked with Charles for about a year and a half, and he always smiled, and he always had us joking and laughing. And apparently he loved bears, and because he'd always say, if you see me in a bear fight, help the bear. So I guess that means that he thinks he's a pretty bad you-know-what. But whenever he was stressed at work and whenever he got in a situation that was really stressful, he'd always say, I'm not going to let these weeds hold me down. So he always just took on the challenge, and he would always take up extra tables when somebody needed help or had extra customers that they couldn't handle. Charles would always take over. When we did the little birthday songs at the tables, he was always one. He'd run all the way across the restaurant just to kind of come over and help out sing the birthday song, and then just take right back. And I remember once when we had a burglar that tried to steal one of the employees' cars. Charles, he first apologized to his customer, then he ran out to help chase down the suspect, and when they called him, he ran back in and said, oh, I'm sorry, and then just kept on with the customer like nothing ever happened. Charles was always clean. He was always well dressed. He wore the nicest slacks because he wanted to look good, and he was definitely a ladies' man. I didn't know him really off the job, but I did hear stories where he was always like the life of the party, and sometimes he got in trouble a little bit for defending women against men that were kind of abusive. So he was kind of a hero to the ladies. Charles had a broken tooth, and once I asked him, if he's going to do anything about his tooth, and he says he's never going to fix that broken tooth because it's a reminder of how bad his father beat him when he was younger. And at the time that he broke his tooth, that was the last time he saw his dad. And so he said he'd never fix it because he always wanted to be reminded of how not to treat people. And I just thought that was something that just kind of tells about Charles' character. Now, he was full of energy. He was full of personality. He just helped make the workplace just real excitable. He made it really just an example of someone that brings in that energy, brings in that drive, brings in that work ethic, and makes everybody work a little bit harder. So wherever you are, Charles, we salute you.